Is ignorance bliss? Not knowing? Not knowing better?
In that sense, we can understand why someone would say that. Nothing is further from what we know to be. Expansion is bliss, and alignment is bliss. Wanting something and being a vibrational match to it and feeling empowered to bring it about is bliss. Often when we begin a gathering like this, we say to you, are you one of the rare humans who has reached the place where you are joyous about your unfulfilled desires? We didn't torture you with it here today, but we usually do, because we want you to get to the place where you say, yes, there are things I want that I cannot right now see any way of accomplishing that make me feel happy just in the anticipation of them. And when you get to the place where you are so knowing of the laws of the universe and trusting in your ability to adjust your vibration, then there will never be a desire that will haunt you or make you uncomfortable. You will never find anyone in the possession of anything that you want and feel jealousy about it again, because you will understand you can have anything if you want it enough that you are willing to line up your vibration with it. We think the only reason you don't do that is because you have become so aware, because you are so observing of things, and therefore so letting your vibration follow whatever you're observing. Most of you offer most of your vibration in response to what you observe, instead of in response to how you feel when you observe it. That's the tweaking that you've got to do. You've got to care so much about how you feel that how you feel guides your choices. Esther watched the presidential debates, and every time she watched them, she felt worse afterward. And every time she discussed what she'd seen, she felt worse afterward. And every time she watched another program that was discussing what they had seen, she felt worse afterward. And her justification was, I want to be informed. Her justification was, it is interesting to me. And we say, if you use any criteria other than how I feel when I'm participating, as far as we are concerned, you're using faulty criteria. There are a lot of reasons to focus on a lot of things. But if you are wanting to be aware of what you are attracting into your experience, then using your guidance system and wanting to feel good is where it all starts. So, ignorance is bliss. What must that mean? That must mean I felt better before I knew that that thing that I want exists. But now I know it exists, and I know I don't have it. I feel bad. And we say, so that ignorance is bliss says, if I could take back my expansion, if I could take back my standing on the leading edge, and if I could take back my awareness of something existing beyond what I currently have, then I could be in bliss. And we say, ignorance is bliss says, I should live in a cave where there's no outside stimulation, where no natural rockets of desires can ever emanate from me again. And we say, if everybody figured out how to do that, it would be the ending of all of us. Because expansion comes from the contrast, and expansion summons the life force. And the summoning of the life force is what puts the eternalness in eternity, you see. So when you get that, then you say, well, maybe there's another approach. Maybe I can get bliss not from lack of stimulation. Maybe I can get bliss from alignment. Maybe I could say alignment is bliss. Maybe I could find the freedom of getting out there and letting myself be exposed to contrast that's going to give natural birth to natural desires. And then maybe I can feel my way up the emotional scale. Maybe it's alignment that is bliss. And we say every single time, alignment with the energy that is you and alignment with your own vibrational desires, that's what bliss is. Ignorance is in the way that it's meant there. And don't you think that's what they meant? Ignorance meaning, if I didn't know what I now know, then I wouldn't feel this angst that I'm feeling because somebody has stimulated in me a desire to have something that I haven't figured out a way to have. That's what we think is meant when someone coined that phrase. But there's no way we can find value in that statement.
But it seems to apply more to something that I don't want. Like, let's say I see some horrible situation of cruelty and I get appalled from that.
Well, then let's use a more productive word. Focus is bliss. Focusing upon what makes me feel good is bliss. And sloppily focusing anywhere that there is a squeaking wheel might bring me to my knees as I consistently look at the horror of things not wanted.